Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2. Currently smoking. I don't know if you can see the blunt, but it's kind of crooked. It's 5:15 a.m. I just came back from outside. This is part 2. I'm gonna try to articulate. Put my titties away first. You know my videos is uncut. Real uncut. Skip. Go ahead and click how to do on YouTube. Tap to the right. 10 seconds. Grrr. You feel me? Do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna post this shit uncut. You feel me? I speak into existence. Everybody who's meant to for my video finds my video. Okay, part 2. So, I'm gonna articulate part 2 better. I personally feel like it'll be better for me watching my part 1. I'm gonna basically, the details of what I've been through, those details will be separate story times, and then like just a summary of how I found my way back to God. That will be this part 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know what I'm saying? So my dad kicked me out, right? Now, that's where I left off at. Excuse me. That's where I left off at. Now, when I was going through it, I was distraught. Looking back now, from the perspective and from the knowledge I've gained from my journey, I'm a little tipsy, by the way. So if I stutter, if I slur my words, bear with me, okay? Okay. But looking back now, that was literally a tower moment that God blessed me with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was meant to happen like that. Everything crumbling, my dad kicking me out. I had 2 jobs at the time. I was 18. I had 2 jobs. I worked at a beauty supply store in Northside. I worked at Snappers at Northside. Snappers closed down. The beauty supply store fired me. Right? So it's just a tower moment, right? Me and my ex moving together like a couple weeks later, right? I'm working at I'm working at a warehouse, right? My ex basically lose that job. At this time, it's a tower moment. But looking at that time when I was experiencing those actual life experiences, I didn't know nothing about spirituality. I know what a tower moment was. I just felt like, damn, life is kicking my ass right now. Like, life is really doing me in. Life is really life is really beating my ass, and I low-key think that hoe winning. You feel me? I'm like, she is winning. You feel me? That's how I felt. You feel me? So, tower moment happened. My parents kicked me out. I lose my job, right? So I don't know if I told you about it. I think I told you about it. I think I did. I was sitting, meditating, talking to God. God found his way back to me or whatever. I did like, what's it called? Like shadow work, where I'm reminiscing on certain memories from my childhood, hugging younger me, remember memories where I was hurt, sad, molested, all the things I went through as a child that I didn't have an emotional connection to, but I had a mental understanding that it was wrong, that I should feel, that I had an understanding that I should feel some type of way about this shit, but I didn't. I recalled those memories to details, hugged my inner child, hugged that version of myself, cried, felt that shit, right? So, at this time, I'm locked in with God. At this time, my understanding of God is not what it is now, but I'm locked in with God, right? I'm locked in with God. So, my ex back then, before I sat there and meditated and asked God to show himself to me, God, universe, whatever it was, higher power to show himself to me, I used to react to my ex. I'm going to over-explain myself. I'm gonna call you out when you're wrong. I'm going to tell you what you're saying is wrong. I'm going to communicate. I'm going to waste my energy repeating cycles that I know I've been through before. Knowing that when you do something wrong, me telling you how you're wrong, how you hurt me, what you did wrong, me explain that shit. Knowing from past instances where you did that ish, Me knowing that it would not get nowhere. It would just lead to you telling me how much more you're a victim. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that ish, old me would still engage in those conversations, engage in communicating how I was hurt, engage in being hurt, engage in reacting to the hurt. Even though I low-key was not surprised, I was still hurt, and I would engage in reacting to what I felt, even though it was nothing fucking new. It was not new. I was true to that, not new to that. You feel me? So after I meditated, talked to God or whatever, I stopped reacting. At the time or whatever, I was deep into reserving my energy and being into myself and respecting myself. So when she started talking to me, calling me out my name, saying things that would make me emotionally or whatever, I was still feeling emotions that came with hearing those words, feeling those actions, but I would not react. And it takes a fucking lot. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, it's so easy. No, it takes a lot. I'm sitting there crying and actively, intentionally putting all my energy into not reacting, into not communicating how sad, how hurt, how fucked up she was, into not engaging the old way I used to, because I understood there was nothing to come from that. There was nothing to come from that. And the crazy part is, from me going mute, just sitting there and crying silently, just not saying nothing, just not reacting, it made her more upset, because there was no energy to gain from the behavior she was giving me. Old her, you have a tantrum, you treat me crazy. I'm matching it times 10. I'm showing you what big and bad looks like. Because I know I can be big. I am the biggest and baddest. And I hate when people play me like I'm not. I hate when you play my face like my intuition is not the strongest. Hate when you play like I'm not the smartest. Like I'm not the most intuitive. Like I'm dumb. You feel me? I hate that shit. So yeah, I'm finna react. She got all my energy. Even though I was not intentionally putting my energy towards being negative, towards reacting. Me choosing that path of feeling that way and putting energy into feeling sad, feeling down, feeling mad, and actually putting energy into reacting from that place of emotion. Energy vampires feed off of any form of energy. Sad, mad, down, cursing them out. It's energy. They're full. They're happy. You're feeding them. Imagine a hungry kid. You give them fucking breadcrumbs, bread that you crumbled up. They're gonna eat it up. They're hungry. They're gonna smile at you. They're full. It wasn't shit, but they're full. So yes, they're happy. So yeah, she wanted my energy. Whatever the fuck she got it, she wanted that energy. And look at the time. And when I stopped reacting, oh baby, it was worse. It was worse. One time we pulled over on the highway and she tried to kick me out of the car. She tried to kick me out of her car on the highway. On the I-95. Because I had nothing to say. She's like, you sitting there saying shit, just cursing me out. I'm like, I have nothing to say. And she got more mad because I had nothing to say. Because my thing is, you're talking to me crazy, you're reacting to me crazy, you're treating me crazy, so clearly you're not talking to me. So since you're not talking to me, I have nothing to add to the conversation. And I feel like everybody uses energy towards anybody. Coworker, boss, family. Once it gets to a point where you feel like it will get an emotional reaction out of you, and you know that you wouldn't let nobody intentionally talk to you like that, they're not talking to you. They're not talking to you. Well, me personally, you're not talking to me. Even if I let the word seep through and let it get an emotional reaction out of me, I'm going to take the space and time to recenter back to my peace, because I know in my heart, you're not talking to me. I know in my heart, in my soul, in the depths of what I'm made of, you're not talking to me. Because God don't think I'm that. God don't talk to me like that. You're God's creation. So you can't be talking to me like that. You might be talking about how you feel. You might be wanting to communicate how you feel. You might be wanting to be heard by how you feel. But you're not talking to me and saying that's me. And it made him more upset. So at this time, my ex is convincing me or trying to convince me to leave the military. And I'm eating that shit up. Not only am I eating that shit up, I'm actually thinking about doing it. Mind you, I'm in the military, I'm in the army, right? Sorry for the quality. But I'm actually thinking about doing that shit, right? So, I'm gonna pause it because somebody's here.